Coming up today on Studio 13 Live, popular podcasters Em and Christine from And That's Why We Drink are telling us all about their new tour, including a stop in Seattle.
Plus, we are halfway through Black History Month, and the Black Heritage Society of Washington State is here to talk about their new exhibit at Mohi.
Then, Island Soul Rum Bar is showing off their Mardi Gras-inspired dishes and drinks. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today. We are just so excited that you're hanging out with us. I'm Mireya Garcia.
And I'm Carly Henderson. And how about our matching necklines here? We both have these little tie shirts. Did not coordinate this at all.
No, we didn't. We did not plan it. And we were actually talking for like 5 whole minutes before I looked. And I was like, wait a minute.
Do we have the same little necktie? I don't know. It's just exciting when that happens. It's very cute. Okay. Were you a big Disney fan growing up? Did you love the animated movies?
Yeah, I loved it.
Same. Well, get excited because we're getting a first look at the latest trailer for Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid.
Part of that world.
So that was Halle Bailey belting out part of one of the movie's most famous songs. We also got a glimpse at Ariel and Prince Eric's near kiss on a boat. But more importantly, this was the first time that we see Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. As you saw, her eyes kind of peek out from behind a tentacle. The Little Mermaid hits theaters on May 26th. I am just so glad that that laugh stayed the same. I'm excited to see Melissa McCarthy in there.
Yeah, she's going to do a great job, I think.
Yeah, and Halle Bailey just sparkles in this film so far. And we've been waiting so long for this. I remember it was 2019 when they announced that she was going to be playing The Little Mermaid. So it's been almost 4 years. We're ready for it.
We're ready to watch it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and you know, this is one of my absolute favorite Disney films. It's actually one of the first ones that I remember watching. So, you know, I'm going to be at the front of the line for sure.
Yeah. Didn't you say you watched it in Spanish for the first time, too?
I did. We were chatting about this, and I watched it in Spanish for the very first time. And I don't think I've actually ever seen it in English.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a good first time. There we go. I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So, you know what we're still talking about?
Rihanna.
That's right. Rihanna's reign just won't quit. So fresh off her Super Bowl performance, she and her family actually gracing the cover of British Vogue. Let's take a look. Ah, beautiful.
Gorge.
So there you see A$AP Rocky and their baby. So far, she has not released the baby boy's name, so that's why we're saying baby boy. But in the interview, she gives insight into the first few months of being a mother. And, you know, she says, you don't sleep at all. You're just going through the motions, adding that you're even still feeling so paranoid.
Oh, yeah. She talked about how the baby is like so obsessed with A$AP Rocky too, which I think is so cute. She was like, they're basically a boys club and I'm always trying to get in there. And I'm like, who do you think made you here?
That's definitely the vibe at my house as well. But
really?
I do remember those early days. I mean, thankfully, you know, you eventually slowly forget the hardest bits, but I remember the no sleeping, and my son actually was like pretty good at sleeping for a newborn, but the nerves, oh my goodness, especially when they hand you this teeny tiny human and they say, go home.
That
like,
has to be the wildest feeling in the world.
Yeah, but you know, eventually they turn into toddlers and they start running around like crazy and everything's fine.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, I was like looking through the article this morning and I thought it was cool too how she was saying that when she was asked to do the Super Bowl, she was like, oh, my body can get ready for this. Like after seeing what it did to produce this life, I'll take on that challenge. And I thought that was really cool. I also thought it was interesting how she said something happens when you become a mom and you don't remember life before that, and which is nuts to me because she has lived life. She is Rihanna, you know what I mean? She's put out 8 albums. Do you feel like that
I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. But I do think that your brain sort of reprioritizes things. Not to say, like, the things that you felt were important before you had children, they are important. Nothing is taken away from that. The things that you valued before children are still valuable. And, you know, I'm even the kind of person that says, like, if you felt tired before kids, it's because you were tired. Like, no competition here. But yes, I found that after I had a son, I certainly felt a different degree of tired or reprioritized my own feelings, but you know.
It's temporary.
It is temporary, and I loved having fun in my 20s, so that's great too.
For sure. Some other major kind of showbiz news here. Ryan Seacrest is leaving Live with Kelly and Ryan after this season. Can you believe that?
I cannot.
This is nuts. So he said that the decision was not easy, but him and Kelly have been talking about it for a while, and he's actually being replaced by Kelly's husband, Mark Consuelos. After this season, Ryan's moving back to the West Coast. He's going to continue hosting American Idol and his New Year's Eve show. He actually started hosting with Kelly back in 2017.
That is so wild
And
to me.
let me tell you, I can vouch, Mark Consuelos is an amazing co-host on my old show. He came on in Chicago. He came on and he co-hosted with me, and he was so wonderful and so handsome and just a joy to be around, and such an authentic person too. And I also read Kelly's book a couple of months ago called Live Wire, and they really still have the chemistry, they still have the steam, so I think this is going to be great. He's been obviously filling in as a co-host for so long, so people love seeing that. Mom and Dad in the mornings.
Absolutely.
So cute. Okay, now on to the topic of dating, but specifically video dating. So while this is not a new concept, over the last couple of years, this has really gained popularity.
Yeah, so people say that video chatting dating apps, you know, that lets them get a better idea about what somebody's personality is like and what they really look like, because there's certainly a tendency for some people to use pictures that maybe they took decades ago. So what do we think? First date video call, yes or no?
100%. Because my friends that are in the online dating world, they will be in these text conversations with people for weeks, sometimes months leading up to trying to arrange a date. So I feel like just, not that you can know everything, because we obviously don't believe in love at first sight or anything like that, but you can kind of get a sense for a person based on, I think, a video call, or at least like weed them out. So I think this is a great idea. Just get right to it, do a little video chat, like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just to know that there's nothing weird about them.
So no pressure, not like hours-long date, if you will. Just a little chat.
Just like a quick chat. Also, wouldn't hurt to see like their background, what's going on around
what's going on back
What's
there?
in that room? Is that room clean? Is that bed made? let me take a peek.
You know what? I really love this idea. Actually, I agree with you. I think that it really sets you up for having more realistic expectations. The problem with me and this whole video dating or first date thing is that for me, because of the pandemic, you know, if it were someone like me doing this, I would treat it like a meeting. Like maybe I would be a little uptight or too profesh, because in my mind, Zoom is for meetings. But
I would also have my little sticky note of questions I would ask right away, because that's how I do it. Yeah, definitely. I'm with you, but I think we like to be prepared every day. I mean,
that's what we do.
Have my little notes. Like I would definitely have the questions ready and some things to ask. This is a great idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ashton Kutcher is causing a little bit of a stir, if you will.
Nice.
With the way he drinks coffee. So several interviews in this week, he actually said that he likes to drink his coffee with orange juice.
Like with the orange juice?
That's what I thought, but no, like not creamer, no sugar, just like some orange juice in the coffee. He claims, I know. Same reaction.
Yeah.
He claims it just brightens his day and it gives it like a little bit of sweetness. So Carly, hey girl, will you try it?
Oh, yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, I like how you just have that behind your cushion right
Just
there.
ready
Let's
to
do
go.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna pour a little orange juice in my coffee, and then I'll do some. She can't pour.
Give me a lot of orange juice.
You want
like
a
fill it up
lot?
to the top with the orange juice.
Ooh.
No, more. Give me more than that.
More
Because I
than
put a lot of
that?
milk in my coffee, so black coffee is going to taste bad to me anyway.
I just put a little
I gotta really give this a
splash.
shot. Can
I
you
just
see
put
it?
a little splash. Oh, careful.
Oh,
okay.
I'm spilling.
Oh, it's okay.
We do
We're-
have white
we're all
furniture.
We're all spilling. Okay. Here we go.
Always, let's be honest, that's always been a risk with me, having all this white stuff around here.
No.
That's a no for me, dog. To quote the great Randy Jackson. That's disgusting. I mean, Yeah, it just is like
gross.
too tangy for coffee. To me,
That's what it is.
when
It's
I have
tangy.
coffee, I want to have the creaminess of like some oat milk or a nice creamer in there, and I want to have sugar in there. I don't need extra tang because I feel like tang plus bitterness of coffee, no bueno.
That was not good, and I didn't even put that
not good.
much. Okay, well,
yeah,
you know,
not doing that again.
we love that for him, and it can just stay with him, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any like weird combinations, not to put you on the spot, that you're really into?
So I like to put lime on everything. So you'll catch me put, like, you know what snack I really like, actually? This is
What?
going to be such a weird one. But if you agree with me, please send me a tweet. I like to cut up raw onions, put a bunch of lime, let it sit for a little bit, put salt, and then just eat that
No,
right up.
you don't.
I think that's
you
such a
snack
tasty...
on raw onions?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I do brush my teeth, world. What about you?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think of anything. I don't know. I would say like I love sweet and salty all together. So
Sure.
I'll do like have my like little bar of chocolate and then also have my popcorn, or I love like a kettle chip too.
Ooh, a
Those are
kettle
really good
chip.
too.
That
yeah.
is good.
I love the crunch. Everyone, all my siblings, we love crunchy foods.
I think so.
Yeah,
You know,
that is
I've
good.
heard of people that don't have a very sharp sense of taste, so they go with texture. You know, if you don't have a sense of smell, your sense of taste is dull. So the crunch, but I'm sure your,
have
your
fabulous
smell
taste,
is,
though,
you have the
obviously,
best
darling.
taste, girl. But yes, I've met a couple of people in my life that say they can't really taste it, so the crunch of things really is just what does it for them.
I also am down to eat like dinner foods straight in the morning. Like 7 a.m. here,
Yeah,
you'll
you
find me
will.
chomping down on a salad.
I was walking around in the office. I was like, something smells good. Oh
yeah, it was my rice
It was
bowl.
your rice bowl
Yeah.
that you were having at 7 a.m.
Why not? You know, we get in here early. But yeah, or breakfast for dinner, switch it up, you know? Gotta have some variety up in here.
Absolutely. All right, guys, still ahead. We are chatting with Jody and Bender for mornings on 95.7 The Jet about some pretty hot topics.
Yeah, including a look at the fancy place that Rihanna stayed for her big Super Bowl appearance. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sun shining through the clouds.
You know what? It is Thursday, in case you didn't know, and it is time to check out our besties from mornings on 95.7 The Jet.
Yeah, we're joined by Jody and Bender. How you doing, guys?
Hey, besties!
Besties.
We were all talking about our dogs before the show started. Jody and I love a small dog, and Mireya and Bender are big dog people.
We are.
Who knew?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're splitting up into teams.
And so the little dogs for you guys, and Mireya and I both have Great Dane mixes.
Yeah.
German Shepherd for her and a Mastiff for me. God didn't
Massive
think
Mastiff.
the Dane was big enough to win some English Mastiff.
like 200
enjoy
pounds or
sitting with your
something.
big
Yeah.
dogs on the couch.
You need
That's
a couch
correct,
for the
yeah.
dog. Yeah.
You guys, are you guys good? How's everybody doing?
Doing great, yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
Staying alive this Thursday morning. Talk to us about Michael Jordan's birthday. I hear he celebrated in a huge way.
Well, it's tomorrow. He turns 60 tomorrow, and to celebrate, he is giving the most massive donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation that they've ever had from a single donor, $10 million. What a way to celebrate by... I mean, what a massive, massive donation that is to Make-A-Wish. And I guess he's worked with them for many, many years, but this is just like the icing on the cake. He really is the GOAT.
No kidding. That's
Absolutely, yeah.
incredible. It must just feel so good to have that much money and be able to help people so much with that. That's awesome.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we have
Yeah,
been talking.
speaking of him having
Yeah.
money,
What
What's the
about
matter?
him
speaking of him
money?
having money, I know how he got all that money. Bender, what kind of special Jordan sneakers do you wear for the man's 60th birthday?
Well, tomorrow I will wear. He has a birthday shoe.
Oh, a special birthday
The
shoe,
Jordan
of course.
22s.
Of course.
They're basketball leather. I'll wear those tomorrow. But right now,
He's taking his shoe
I've
off.
got the Jordan 32 lows. They're the Win Like 82s.
Wonderful.
So there you go.
Thank
This
you
is
very
like
much.
the second day in a row we've gotten to
Some
Bender to take off his shoe.
shoe
I'm just
report.
glad I'm not in there to smell it.
That's right. Hey.
If you bring it up,
Boyfriend there, that's right.
Pure class. Wow. Look at you making this seg from a couple of days ago. Nicely done.
I feel like we know each other a little bit better now, you know?
A little bit. So leading up to the Super Bowl performance, Rihanna down in Arizona. I don't know if you saw the place that she was renting out. I guess when you're a billionaire, you have a special certain Airbnb page you can go to that this wouldn't necessarily be available to the regular public.
What a house.
$85,000 a night.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she was there for 6 nights. Yeah, man. Look at this. Is that
Massive.
not the oh my God. It had 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, 6,400 square feet, 2 living rooms. It has a giant wine cellar, open kitchen. It's got a gym. Do you work out when you're on vacation?
Sometimes, depending on the vacation.
Absolutely not.
I do.
Like if it's a
yeah.
I never do. I'll
They've got
walk
the
around,
pool.
but
They've got the
no.
built-in waterfalls. Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, so I mean, if you've got $85,000 a night, you find yourself down in Arizona. It's about a half hour away from Paradise Valley, which is already very upscale.
Yeah.
But you got to go a half hour further from there to go $500,000 for 6 nights.
a nice spot.
How about that?
A very nice spot.
Beautiful. All right. Well, Rihanna is all well and good, but I want to know what you found out about how couples are texting each other.
Yeah, this fun new study out of England. So they said that the longer couples are together, the longer it takes them to text back. For example, when you first start dating someone, you take about 15, 16 minutes to get back to that person. That was the average. But after a couple of years, it turns to twice that long, about 25 minutes. And then after 20 years together, you sometimes don't answer texts at all. I guess it's just the brain meld takes over at that point, right?
I would say that's true.
I don't know who.
I would say that's true. I mean, I sometimes, because you're like, it'll be fine. They love me. This has been established. I don't need to keep, I don't know. I don't have to text them back in a minute.
I don't know.
They'll still be here half a day later, I think.
I totally disagree with that. I've been with my husband for almost 20 years, and I still need that text back ASAP, my man.
Immediately. Okay.
Did Carly really come back with,
Yes.
hey, I've already locked it down. He doesn't need to hear from me right now?
I believe so.
I just think there's
I
an
believe so.
understanding. I'm busy. He's busy.
Wow.
It's fine.
Nice. That's okay
When we're
too.
together,
There's
we're
an
very present
understanding.
together. But texting, I'm like, we'll figure it out. I
See you
hear
when
you
I
got
see
some
you.
There's an understanding. Leave me alone.
Let's change the subject. I hear you've got some stats about random things that the average American does in a year. Fill us in on that.
Okay, so we haven't shared this with you, and I haven't shared this with Jody, so you're just going to have to go. This is basically an over-under kind of thing.
Okay.
The average American eats 46 slices of pizza a year.
That's
one a
low
week,
for me.
almost?
That's low.
I feel like it's higher.
That feels low.
That's low.
I'm
Yeah,
probably
it's
in
got
the
to
20s,
be higher, right?
20 something slices a year.
Just 20 slices?
That's it?
That's it?
I don't know. I mean, when I lived in New York, probably double that. But
Sure,
I don't
sure.
know. Yeah.
Oh, but New York style pizza. Come
Yum.
on.
Yeah.
How about the average American reads just over 12 books a year?
Oh. I would
Who
say
has time for that?
That's
I'm about that.
I try to do that, yeah.
I would say 10 to 15.
That's
Yeah, that's-
high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel high?
Okay, are you
That's high.
saying that because you want to appear like a scholar?
I just need people to know I am indeed a scholar.
We are very smart here.
There you go.
Yes.
No, I like reading.
That's right. Smarter than us.
Did you notice though? TV people, the TV people are like,
Yes.
of course, I
Oh,
have a whole
that
library
feels
at
very
home.
low for me. I have 20 books on my nightstand right now, and I read them all at the same time.
Radio people are like,
how I
we
do
don't do
it, yeah.
anything. We forget it.
We watch Bravo and go to bed.
That's good
The
too.
average American spends just under an hour driving every day. That's low.
That is super low.
That sounds about right for me.
That's right
Must
for
be
me.
nice.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a short commute.
I hacked it so that I
the
would have a
average
short
American
commute.
Yeah, girl.
the average American spends about $440 a month on groceries.
Definitely.
I spend more than that.
I
get-
think that's low-ish, about right though.
That's one trip to Whole
That's low,
Foods.
yeah. I mean, I guess
Depends on family
Yeah, that's
size.
on eggs alone these days, right?
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Depends on family size. Yeah.
Yeah.
The average American uses the restroom 7 times a day. Too high or too low?
Too low.
What are they doing in there?
You got to go once an hour at least.
Using it.
Now,
I don't want to think about that.
I don't know.
Mireya.
I don't know. Jody and
Okay,
Bender,
well,
thank you so
wait a
much for
second,
joining
wait.
us.
Wait.
Goodbye.
We love you.
Bye.
We'll ruin it all.
We're going to end it on that note. We'll see you on Tuesday. Okay, coming up next on Studio 13 Live, podcast listeners, we have a very exciting guest for you.
That's right. The hosts of And That's Why We Drink are joining us to talk about their new tour and even how you can see them in Seattle this month.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile.
We are joined now by 2 very special guests. We have Em and Christine with the And That's Why We Drink podcast.
Yeah, every new episode does a little deep dive into whatever paranormal and true crime stories that they are obsessing over that week. Hi, how are you both doing?
We're good, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So you guys are joining us to talk about your On the Rocks live tour, which is stopping at the Moore Theater on February 25th. We are so excited to have you here.
We're very excited. We haven't been back since right after lockdown, or I think it was you were our first show back from the pandemic. So
Oh, that's so
we're
nice.
happy to come back with a whole new show.
Oh,
and
good. Well, we're
good
so
things.
excited to have you. And for people who maybe haven't heard it, tell us about the podcast.
Yeah, so it's a paranormal true crime show. Every week I bring a true crime story to the table that Em has not heard before, and brings a paranormal story, a ghost story that I have not heard before, and the listeners kind of get to listen along and learn as we do.
I absolutely love that. And the thing that is just round of applause, congratulations. The podcast has more than 130 million lifetime downloads, and it's just really just ranking all the time, top of the comedy
We don't get
podcast
it either.
charts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations. But how do you feel about that happening?
It feels very surreal. I think we're definitely in the self-deprecating camp where we just think this is all a big fluke, but we're enjoying the ride as we go.
Yeah, I think when we first started, the plan was for only our moms to listen to it, and so and that's still kind of the goal. And so the fact that anytime someone says those numbers to us, it's shocking.
It's very humbling, yes.
Oh, how did you first get interested in the paranormal?
No, that's an M question, I think.
That's me. So I have been into ghosts since I was a little kid. I think my first time I saw a ghost, I was 7. It was my grandfather a week after he passed. And the next day I told my mom I wanted to grow up and be a ghost hunter. And she said, good luck. And it ended up working out. And in college, I was a ghost tour guide, and I also did some investigations overnight. And so it ended up becoming my job, and I loved it so much that I kind of never shut up about it. And when Christine and I became friends, she was kind enough to listen every time I brought it up. So
What a good friend. Now I have to hear, what amazing stories do you have that you love, whether it's crime or paranormal, of the Seattle area?
Great question. There were definitely a lot of options. I remember looking through the Seattle Wikipedia pages, and it was hard to narrow down.
we wrote about Manresa Castle in our book, A Haunted Road Atlas. But my favorite spooky thing to do in general there is the underground tour. My aunt and uncle live in Seattle, and so I go there every Thanksgiving, and they try to, give me the tourist experience. So they've taken me on the underground tour, and it's just so creepy. And I know that place is haunted. I would love a whole night there if I could.
I still have not done that, so I'm really glad that you reminded me of that. Have you done that?
Gotta
yet?
go.
Oh my gosh, we should do that at some point. I'm glad you brought up your book, The Haunted Road Atlas. It's a New York Times bestseller list. So tell us about the book, and what was the experience like kind of writing that?
Oh boy, don't remind me.
Yeah, the writing experience. I feel like before we ever wrote a book, I would watch, interviews of other people who wrote books, and they'd say like, "Oh, it's like the most fun you never want to have again." And that's very true.
That's the best way to put it, for sure.
It's much harder than it looks.
Yeah, we decided to write a book because we just had like this compendium of so many stories from across the country, and Em told me at the time, Em's not a huge reader, and was like, if we want to write a book, I'd love for it to be something that even I would read.
Yeah.
So, more interactive, not just bland,
dry text.
Not just text. So we ended up creating kind of like this road atlas where every city, features a true crime story, a paranormal story, and then we also put in some fun facts and list, the haunted local haunts, literally.
Bars, bars, ice cream
Hotels.
shops, pretty much anything you might want to do. You could build an itinerary out of our book.
Yeah, so like a road trip guide.
That is so amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and the That's Why We Drink podcast. Really just so much fun.
So cool. And if you're interested in going to the show, it's at the Moore Theater on February 25th. We put tickets up on fox13seattle.com/studio13live. Maybe I'll see you there. You're a big true crime
I do love it. I love it.
Okay, coming up, we're going to be chatting with the Black Heritage Society of Washington State.
Learn all about the legacy of the Soul Pole and get a look at their new exhibit at Mohi featuring Black architects and designers. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile.
We love celebrating Black History Month and getting to show you some of the incredible people, businesses, and organizations in our area.
And today we are joined by Stephanie Johnson-Tolliver, the president of the Black Heritage Society of Washington State. Welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, we are so
Happy
excited
be
to
here.
have you. So tell us about the Black Heritage Society of Washington State and how far back you have that history archived.
Yeah, the Heritage Society has been around since 1977 and just grown tremendously since then. It started with a collection in someone's basement, one of our co-founders, Esther Mumford, gathering a group of folks and saying, hey, we need to preserve and collect our history. And then, fast forward 30 years later, we're still partners with the Museum of History and Industry, where we archive our collections.
That's awesome. And I heard that you have a new exhibit going on there right now. Tell us all about that.
Oh, it's been so exciting. Actually, it's around Black architects. We pass their buildings every day, right, and not know, who built those buildings. So when Mohi came to us as their institutional partner and said, listen, we're going to bring this traveling exhibit out of Chicago, but I'm like, we need this Northwest element.
Yeah.
What can we do there? So we brought this really fabulous consultant, curator, Hassan Kirkland, on, and began talking about what that exhibit could look like, and really appreciate, the trailblazing of our Black Northwest architects. So when you enter that exhibit, that's the experience you're going to take away.
That's beautiful. And also we heard that you helped curate photos and artifacts for Steelhead's Alley. So what was it like collaborating with Mariners and with Metier Brewery for that project?
Oh, that was really fun. That was a lot of fun. And that kind of came out of the blue, too. At BHS, we sit sometimes as these archivists and collectors and keepers of history with our heads down in a library, walking through stacks and, accessioning collections. But when we have the opportunity to get outside of that, then that's when we have the fun. And with the Mariners and Metier Brewing, Rodney Hines, a great friend with Metier, bringing us into the process to curate that wall at Steelhead's Alley.
That's awesome. And so not only can you see stuff in person, but you've also been working on kind of digitizing a lot of these archives too. Talk to us about that. And I heard there's a cool video project you guys have been working on.
Yes, the digitization of the collection is really important to us, so enter, the 21st century BHS and all of these beautiful, rich collections that we hold in the library to be able to get them out and share more broadly. So we recently were funded by King County for Culture to begin digitizing some of our oral histories that are really fabulous oral histories. You know, love listening to them. It's from the late 1980s and into the early 1990s of people who lived in our community, beauticians, barbers, educators, just everybody.
Now, I do want to point out the beautiful button you have. Black History is more than a month. So talk to me about, one, the value of celebrating the community on Black History Month, but making sure we extend that throughout the year.
Right. Again, we are the history keepers. Everyone is the history, you know, has history. We're making history every day. So relegating that to 1 month out of the year, I mean, it is fabulous, because then we really focus and concentrate on the history of Black people nationwide, but Washington State is really important to us. But when we look at it more broadly and how we can share throughout the community, but in classrooms, you know, year-round, to be able to educate young people, well, actually across all generations, right? So I just want people to know that Black history is everyone's history, and so the button, you know, is important. I left you some.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate
That's
that.
awesome.
Yep.
Stephanie, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today. You guys are doing so much cool stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and if you want to check out the Black Architects and Designers exhibit at the Museum of History and Industry, we've got a link for that on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. We'll see you next time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, coming up, we're going to be playing trivia with 2 viewers at home.
That's right. They are playing for a chance to win some prizes, and we will let you know how you can play too. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile.
I love that little song. It is time for Pop Quiz. We have 2 viewers at home competing for a chance to win some prizes.
Yeah, we're joined by our trivia host, Brian McMillan. Hey, Brian.
Hi there, you guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're in for another good one today. We're joined by Colby in Shoreline and John in Federal Way. They're both competing for a chance to win tickets to the Woodland Park Zoo today. John is with Mireya, and John, you were headbutted by a great white shark in South Africa. What?
You know, it was really a dream come true. It was roughly this size.
There it is.
Oh my gosh!
That's one of those you should see the other guy's stories, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and Colby is with Carly. Colby, you are a VW Beetle super fan.
Yeah, I have about 400 different trinkets, Hot Wheels cars, and then one of the show I've got this lamp that I've got it's a handmade lamp that somebody gave me to Christmas. So
That's awesome.
I love it, man. All right, good stuff. Well, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask each of you 4 questions. They're all multiple choice, and you'll have 15 seconds to answer. If you need help, you can ask your teammate, Carly or Mireya, and you can only do that one time, okay, guys? Today's category is winter. Y'all ready to play pop quiz?
Let's do it.
Everybody ready? Okay, all right. Here we go. First up, we'll have John answer this one. In the northern hemisphere, we are in the middle of winter. But what season is it in the southern hemisphere right now? Is it A, winter, B, spring, C, summer, or D, fall?
Opposite, so I'm gonna go with summer, C.
Summer is correct, yes!
Woo!
John with one on the board here, all right. Moving on to Colby. Colby, winter is the best time to see what in Alaska? Is it A, grizzly bears, B, the northern lights, C, polar bears, or D, Santa Claus?
B, Northern Lights.
B, the northern lights is correct. Yes, we're all tied up 1-1. All right, back to you, John.
I thought it was Santa.
Did you? Well, you know, it could be both. It could be both. All right, John, you're up. During Seattle's Big Snow Day on January 12th, 2013, 5,834 people set a world record. What did they do? Was it A, have the world's largest snowball fight? B, build the world's largest snowman? C, eat the world's largest hot dog? Or D, knit the world's largest hat?
I'm gonna go with A. And I'm bummed I wasn't a part of it if it is.
A, have the world's largest snowball fight is correct. Yes. And it was beaten. So Seattle does not hold the world record. Back in 2016, Saskatoon up in Canada, they had 7,681
Well, they get more
people.
snow than us.
They do. They get a lot more. They have a little more practice. Absolutely. All right, back to Colby here. Colby, which Disney movie features a popular winter character that enjoys warm hugs? Is it A, Narnia, B, Snow Buddies, C, Frozen, or D, Beauty and the Beast?
I'm going to say it's C, Frozen. Isn't it Olaf?
C, Frozen is correct. It is Olaf. Olaf.
I love Olaf.
That movie plays on repeat in my house, by the way. Frozen 1 and 2, and they're coming out with Frozen 3, by the way.
I'm Frozen.
We're all tied up 2-2, you guys. Let's see if we can do a little tougher one.
Okay.
All right, John, the first Winter Olympics was held in which country? Is it A, Spain, B, England, C, the United States, or D, France?
You know, I might use my Ask Mireya on this one. I should know this because it's sports.
Get ready to be very disappointed in me because I don't know.
You don't know?
But if I were going to answer, I would probably say France.
You would say France?
But I don't know.
All right. Well, that's as much help as she can give you, I guess. So, John, what do you think?
That's okay. That makes me feel better as well. I will probably say D, the United States.
All right, C, the United States. Is C the United States your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah, that is wrong. I'm sorry. The United States is wrong. It actually is France.
Oh, you knew.
It is France.
Sorry, John.
Wow.
It's okay.
Good job, Mireya.
I didn't know. I really
I was
didn't.
between those two.
All right, Colby, here's your next question. On what other planet have scientists observed snow falling? Is it A, Venus, B, Mars, C, Neptune, or D, Saturn?
Neptune?
See, Neptune, I'm sorry, that is wrong. It is Mars, actually. They just observed it on Mars.
I thought it was fiery and hot there.
I think it's
Not all the
behind
time.
us.
If you go to the other side, you got to go to the dark side. That's where it gets a little closer.
Science.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Science.
Science.
All right, we're still tied up at 2-2. I'm going to send it on over to John now. John, what fruit grows on a winter banana tree? Is it A, bananas, B, plum, C, apple, or D, pear?
Feels like a trick question. A, bananas?
A banana is wrong. I'm sorry.
What?
It's actually a winter banana is an apple. It's a kind of apple.
Oh.
It's a
I learned
yellow
something
apple.
today.
It's a yellow apple, which is why they call it a winter banana. But there you have it. Okay.
Learn
all right.
something new every
Colby,
day.
this is it. You guys are all tied up 2-2. This is your final question, Colby. If you get this one right, you are the winner. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. What is the freezing point of water in degrees Celsius? Is it A, 32, B, 0, C, -10, or D, -50?
And you said this is, well, if it's degrees Celsius, the freezing point is 0 Celsius.
The freezing
So
point
that-
is 0. That is correct! Colby, you are the winner! Congratulations!
Way to go, Colby.
I gotta use yours.
John, thank you so much
you,
for
John.
playing. Colby, congrats. You're going to win 4 tickets. We'll send them your way to the Woodland Park Zoo. Thanks so much for playing, you guys. That was really fun.
That was awesome.
And yeah, if you'd like to enter for a chance to win fun prizes, head to fox13seattle.com, click on Studio 13 Live. What's coming up next?
You know
guys?
what? You just learn something new all the time in this trivia.
That's what this is all about.
I'm just
learning
still
new
a
things.
winter banana tree? Come on.
Apple.
I'm
Wow,
distributing
it's an apple.
prizes and knowledge.
I'm going to be
Thank
looking
you.
for that at Trader Joe's.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of food, coming up, we are trying some delicious Caribbean-inspired dishes and drinks with Island Soul Rum Bar and Soul Shack.
We get a preview of their special Mardi Gras menu and hear all about their new restaurant opening in April. We'll be right back.
It is time for Emerald Eats, where we get to highlight some amazing food in our area.
And we are very festive already. So excited. Yes, today we are joined by Theo Martin and James Gibney with Island Soul Rum Bar and Soul Shack.
Guys, thanks for being here. I hear you have some awesome Mardi Gras dishes to show us.
Oh yeah, we got some crawfish Monica and a crawfish mushroom.
Oh, yeah.
Vegetarian style.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
Well, tell us all about your restaurant. How long have you been open? Give us the scoop.
Well, Island Soul's been open about 20 years. It's actually my father started the restaurant back in the 70s. My aunt ran it in the 80s and 90s, and I took over in the 2000s.
Oh,
and now my kids are also involved in and looking for the next chapter now.
This is truly a family business.
It's a family business. It's handing it down, and passing it on.
But you are getting ready to open another restaurant.
Ooh, yes we are. Yes we are. About to open another restaurant.
Yeah, so we're opening a restaurant in Kirkland, and it's called Arlena's, named after Theo's mum. So
oh, that's beautiful.
Love it.
It's going to be a French Caribbean themed restaurant, so classic French food with a Caribbean twist.
Yes,
Love
yes,
that
yes.
going on.
You picked a good spot out there in Kirkland.
Oh
too.
yeah, so we're excited. We're excited.
What do you have going on for Mardi Gras?
Woo! It's a big party. Whole community parties. Mardi Gras, of course, the festival before Lent. Ash Wednesday. We put together from live music. The community's going to have music. We're going to have live music inside the restaurant, and going to be serving up, as we say, the pork and good food and everything. A lot of our restaurants, we do a lot of vegan, vegetarian, and this one we're doing it the opposite.
Okay.
Because it's right before Lent.
That's for me and Brian.
And live music always makes the food taste a little bit better too.
Let's go.
But it is smelling so good in here. So let's start talking about the food we're going to try today.
Yes. All right. Well, like we said, we got a crawfish Monica. And the way we make it, and I'll just have James just start plating it up here. It's where we take all your bell peppers and we roast them, and we puree them with all the vegetables and herbs and spices, and fresh tomatoes and the crawfish. And I tell you, when it comes together, it's a party in your mouth.
Love it.
And we got the same thing done, vegetarian style. With fresh mushrooms from right here in Washington, of course.
How spicy do you like to make your dishes?
You know, we make it edible. There's always one or two coming there, and they go, hey, go ahead and hit it up, and we do it.
Okay.
And our goal is to make sure they remember us for the next 3 days.
It might be a painful memory.
Oh, yeah. We have no problem.
We love it.
Pleasure
we'll give you the
and
heat.
pain.
Yes,
It
yes.
warms you up in the winter,
Yes,
you know?
it does. Oh, yeah. This will stick with you. And I tell you, you walk away and they hold the smile for a good hour. Easy,
I love that.
What are you putting around there right now?
So we have local beets, green beets, so it's the mini beets off the flower of the top
Oh, that's
of the beet.
beautiful.
Okay, let's.
And then this is a basil oil, so it's finished with basil, sushi vinegar, a little bit of salt, and then just that gives it a little bit of the color.
Wow.
Yummy.
I love seeing how people plate things. We kind of get the behind-the-scenes view here on the show.
So we have a mushroom Monica here. And
I'm
then
going to try this one,
And then
yeah.
we have a crayfish Monica over here.
Beautiful.
So great.
So
Now, you guys are also going to talk to us about some cocktails.
Yeah,
Go
so we're
ahead.
going to switch with
So
that.
now I'm
See what happens as a new chef, you also get the bartend.
I guess have all the fun.
Yeah, this is a nice, we got kind of a Caribbean twist, but yet it's still a Mardi Gras flavor.
Yes.
We're going to be using our Crown Royal, a nice flavor of our blackberry liqueur.
Ooh.
Some nice simple syrup. He's going to shake it, bake it, and serve it.
I have a feeling you guys start the party wherever you go.
You know what? We're really ready right now. You see the bottle. You see where the bottle's at right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Because someone said, "How come the bottle's empty already?" Well,
We're using it, baby.
That's right. That's right. We don't bring full bottles.
Yeah.
This is where you got to show off, right?
Well, this is
This is
the one I learned earlier.
yeah. That's the money part. The money part. The money dance. Yeah.
This is so delicious. How's yours?
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. And you know what? It's that perfect amount of spice, too.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Yes.
Are you going to remember it for 3 days?
I'm going to remember how good it was forever. Yeah.
3 weeks, yeah.
Come by the restaurant next week and have it again.
Oh, I love that.
So what's in there with the ice cubes?
So I have some strawberries on the bottom for serving, and then the ice is just
Ice is not-
Shake it
Ice is
up.
doing its own thing.
That's all right.
Mind of
Give it a
its
little
own.
pump.
Yeah, because it's gonna fall down now.
All right. I got to tell you, this veggie version of the pasta here, you were talking about the mushrooms being local. Tell me about that.
Yes, we have a couple people that we've been working with locally. We've been talking about farm to table. So, you know, as a new chef, new kitchen opening up, or not a new chef, but a new kitchen opening up, we just asked them to bring some of their fresh veggies, and this is what they brought to us yesterday. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah, so we couldn't wait to have it here for you guys on the show.
So delicious. And this drink already so colorful.
It's so pretty. I have to say, obviously it's about how it tastes, but how it looks. I mean, you also got to get that cute Instagram picture. You know what I mean? Not mad about this. Okay, let's
Give it
try
a sip. Oh my goodness. It makes me feel like I'm on a beach. I'm not gonna lie. I love it.
I love how fruity it is.
We tried. It's the
is
blackberry
awesome.
liqueur, gives it a nice little,
Yeah.
gives it that nice little sweetness at the end.
I feel like I don't eat a lot of blackberries, but I drink a lot of blackberries.
That is okay too. Oh, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
One more time, where
Yes.
can people find you?
Well, in Columbia City, we're in Columbia City, 4869 Rainier Avenue South, and in downtown Kirkland, we're on Central and 3rd.
That's
Nice.
right. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
today.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
You and
having us.
James, you
This
guys
is
are
awesome.
awesome, and good luck with the next restaurant too.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to it.
It's beautiful.
And before we let you go here, I do need to know where you can, like, what kind of rum you used here for this drink, because I've been trying to do things at my house, and so I really want to. Okay.
Ooh, Di Serrano.
All rums are not made the same here, so
That one
okay.
looks good right there.
It really
There
does.
you
It's
go.
good.
Looks
Well,
great.
Be
But
sure
now-
to try. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Try their delicious
dancing.
Mardi Gras menu and check out the opening of their new restaurant in April. We've got a link with all that info up on our website,
Yeah.
fox13seattle.com/studio13live. Go out, make today a great day.
All right.
Love
Thanks for
having you
joining
today.
us.
We've
Thank
loved
you,
having
thank
you
you.
here
Thank you.
today.
Thank you. We have
Don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine and